Comic Journey back here again, and I'm on my journey to hunt awesome books, obscure books, cool books, all kinds of comics. And today I am actually going to do something a little crazy. I think I'm going to go overboard. I'm actually going to go visit somebody that has a ton of Grail books, really hot books, fire books as they call them. And when I say fire books, I mean books. These are fire. Not like what everybody calls it, cane cover, no significance fire. I'm talking about real fire books, real keys, real stuff. Majority of the stuff that this guy has is silver. And I'm going after some keys. I'm going after some big boy books, some serious significant books, and we'll see what I come up with. And if we come to the terms on the price, because if I go nuts, I could probably walk away from this place with 20 grand worth of books, which I'm not going to do. I want to keep it as conservative as possible. I am going to walk away with something good. Don't know what that's going to be yet, because I have to look at these comics and decipher if it makes sense or not. We have thrown a couple of numbers at each other, and you'll see what I'm coming up with right now. But it's something that I'm really interested in doing, like getting some serious books. And the thing is, this guy that I'm going to is a guy I bought off of eBay. If you've seen one of my recent videos, one of the major Grail books that I picked up, well, at least Grail for myself, of that Avengers #2 original series, that's the same seller that I am visiting right now. Now, I have his address from the eBay thing, and I'm going to give a couple words of caution to everybody. Be very careful when you're doing meeting arrangements with somebody to do big transactions, especially if you're buying comics and you're going in there with cash. And in order for me to get some decent deals from this guy, it's going to have to be cash in order to get them. So you got to be very, very cautious of how you approach it. You got to be very, very cautious of who you're dealing with. Some people could be more afraid than others. I'm going down to Queens. Queens is a more congested area. I don't know if I'm going to a place there's a lot of people in or not. Typically, I would recommend going to a public place, like to a real public place, to make that transaction. But here's the thing: he's got a lot of stuff. It's going to be really hard for me to convince this guy to meet me at a Starbucks with a long box of books. It's going to be really, really tough. And at the same time, I don't want this guy to come to my house. No, I don't want people to know where I live. What the hell? They got other things going on. And the eBay address I either use my work address or I use my PO box that I have people send stuff to. So I don't necessarily let people know where my house is, because people are weird and crazy people are out there. So I'm documenting this in case something happens. So in case something goes wrong at this visit, you'll know what's going on. I'm going to the guy in Flushing. The address is in my navigation, so if somebody finds my car, they'll know what the last address I went to. The address is actually in a text that the guy sent me, so I have that in there too. So if this guy either rapes me or kills me or something really bad, you'll know why. You'll know what happened to me, or at least somebody will when they discover my phone or whatever. This all stuff goes into the cloud. People will know. My wife, she doesn't know where the hell I'm going right now. She probably had a fit if she knew I was going to spend a bunch of cash on comics. I prefer to let her know after the fact. Kind of almost like a do it and ask for forgiveness later. But she doesn't give me grief, I don't go that crazy. For her, it's more the clutter than anything. I said, check these Disney clouds out. Oh my God, look at these Disney clouds. Look at the puffy little clouds. Look at the puffy little clouds today. This means it's going to be a good day. It means I'm going to come back with some good stuff today. I'm really excited about what I'm getting. I'm not sure if I'm going to come back with one book. I'm going to come back with 100. I don't know. I really don't know. I know that this guy has some really, really good stuff. And I'm coming back with something. I'm on a mission. I'm coming back with something good. Something that will fit very well in my collection. Something that I know everybody's hunting for. But I'm not selling it. Whatever I come back with is probably going to be a keeper for life. We'll see. But we got some really, really, really interesting stuff to look at. I don't know if I'm going to ask him if I could record as I'm doing this. Don't want to make him feel awkward about it, and at the same time, I also don't want him to get like all on edge as far as just try to gouge me, because he initiated and he started up with really higher priced books, pretty much top of the value if they were graded, and all his books are raw. Nothing's in encapsulated in slabs. No CGC or CBC has books. Everything I'm going to get from him is in the raw. So I'm, I don't want him to like start like just feel like because I'm videotaping that he's gonna start jumping up the prices on me again. We started up high. We're starting to settle off at better prices. I told him that once we get together and I take a better close to the book, we'll be able to finalize what the final prices are. And I think that's a fair way to go about it. And we'll see. We'll see. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a big boy purchase. All right. I don't think it's gonna be an FF1 purchase. I'm not shelling out a couple $100,000. It's not happening. But it's gonna be a big purchase, at least for me, because I don't really make that many big purchases. I just don't. I kind of most of the time, unless the book is graded, I'll cap off. Like my comfort zone of purchasing for decent key books and stuff like that, it's probably between $50 to $100. If they're already graded in the case, I take into consideration the cost of grading it and that kind of thing, and I'll pay a little bit more of it. Once in a blue moon, I'll splurge like I did on that Avengers 2, but that was because it still is a very tough book to find. So sometimes you just got to take the opportunity and buy something when you have it in front of you at the price that you want to pay for it. But typically, I don't really go past those numbers. Like my comfort zone for individual comics is really in that 50 to 100 range if I'm getting something good. And then I'm a big purchaser of big lots. Like I love getting big lots where there's like one diamond in the rough in there that makes the whole lot worth it. Like that book will pay off the whole lot in itself, and then everything else is just like gravy and that kind of thing. But that's pretty much the way I collect. So I'm interested. I'm really excited about meeting this guy. Seems like a nice guy. He could be a homicidal maniac for what I know. Hopefully he's not. And we'll see. So you're gonna see one of these transition things, and you're gonna see we're gonna fade into another scene and that kind of thing. So until the next scene that you see, I'm signing off. I'm on my way.
Crap. I just got out of this place. I got done negotiating, and I picked myself up a nice, serious lot of silver. You got to see what I got. You really got to see what I got.
Okay, so I'm back. And I got some stuff. The seller I bought these from was nice enough to give me a bubble wrap envelope to put them in while I'm bringing them home. And I have to be quite honest with you, the guy was a really nice guy. I wasn't sure going into it if I was going to beat him up or not on the pricing and stuff like that, but he really was a nice guy. His whole family was there, and to be quite honest with you, he was being very fair with me, very fair. So because of that, I was being fair as well. I was on good behavior as far as being tough on negotiations. I did want to get myself a fair deal, and I think I did. I set a goal to come back with something good. I think I did that as well. And let's not, mince words on it. Let's show you what I got, because I got some, from what I think, really good books. And I really want everybody to stay tuned, watch closely, see what I pull out. I'm going to ask some questions to the community to help me out on some of the decisions I made, and hopefully I made the right decisions and got some good books. So let's start with this. I'm going to keep them in the envelope as I'm showing them, just to build up the anticipation. So the first book that we got is Fantastic 420. Okay, before I really dive into this a lot, let me tell you guys how much I paid for this entire lot. So keep that in mind. I paid $1,100 for this entire lot. $1,100. That's a lot of freaking money for old comic books, and in this case, beat up comic books. This is a really beat up Fantastic 420. It's got some serious spine roll going on with it. If it were graded,
probably a 1.5 in the way it looks right now. With a little bit of cleaning, pressing, getting the spine roll out a little bit, maybe, just maybe, it could achieve a 2 to 2.5, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a pro grader, but I'm being as conservative as possible. But it is a nice book, a really nice book, and it is the first appearance of Molecule Man. And these early Fantastic Four books are getting very, very tough to get in decent prices. And this was not necessarily the biggest book of the lot, not even close, but it was a nice add-on book that was able to get in there. Okay, so we started with the Fantastic Four. Next in line is Avengers number 5. First appearance of the Lava Man. Probably the least significant Avengers book in the first 10. Probably. For some reason, this one gets little love. This is another copy that's definitely been loved. There's a small cutout in one of the back advertising pages. It doesn't affect the story. Again, this is a reader's copy, spot filler for my Avengers run, and something that I wanted to have as far as my collection. This seller, by the way, is the one that I bought that Avengers 2 from. So he had a lot of early Avengers. Really good stuff. I couldn't buy all of it. He had an Avengers 4. He had an Avengers 4, and I want to say about 3, maybe 2.5, 3 in grade. Clean, pressing. Maybe I'll get to a little bit more than that. Sorry, it's not Corona. Just a smoker. I really wanted that book. I really wanted Avengers 4. He was asking a little high on it, and at least for my standards. And I think that he really could get a little bit of a crazy number on it. So I advise the guy, just, try to get the most you can. Put like on a crazy buy it now price with a best offer attached to it. And he'll probably get a lot more than I'm willing to give, because I capped out on that. I had to pull the brakes, because it would have probably cost me over double what I spent total right now. And I just didn't, I couldn't do it. I really couldn't. I'll probably regret it down the line. Passing up down that Avengers 4, really big book, first Captain America Silver Age appearance, very good book to have for any collection. Just couldn't do it. He was, I think, asking for about $2,500, and he was willing to work with me, but in my mind, it might have been well worth it what he was asking for, but in my mind, I had to pull the brakes. I couldn't. I didn't let FOMO hit me. I had to pull the brakes. But I did let FOMO hit me on something else. And that's this book right here. This is Avengers number 8. For everybody that doesn't know what this book is, it is the first appearance of Kang. Everybody's going berserk over Kang these days. And I'll tell you something. It has been increasingly difficult to get a cheap copy of this. Now, this book is in pretty damn higher mid-grade. That's what I want to call it. Higher mid-grade. Really, really nice book. Really white pages. Really this. Let me open this up and show you what's going on with this. You see this book? This cover is clean. Really clean. It has a little bit down here. A little bit down here that could be a little bit touched up. A little ruffling. Press, I think, could get it out, I think. But a really nice sharp cover. Really vivid colors. Really everything. Look at the back. Look at this back cover. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's got a little bit of nicking over here at the top. It's okay. Could use a little bit more cleaning. But here's the thing that concerned me about this. And this is where I'm hoping that somebody that's watching, and especially like a guy like Jerry that knows about the stuff a lot more than I do, I'm a little concerned with these staples. You have a staple right here and a staple right there. These are very unusual spots for a staple to be put in the book. The other thing about it is they look super clean. Now, this is a super clean book, but I don't believe I own any Silver Age book that, now I don't have super high grade Silver Age books, but I don't have any Silver Age book that the staples look this clean on and shiny. So it puts me in a predicament where I feel that maybe the staples were replaced at some point. Now, I'm struggling right now to find where the original Staples would have been. I am. I don't see any spots for the Staples where the Staples would have been like came off of. It's really odd. Really, really odd. Then you got super white pages. I mean, as white as you possibly could get for a book like this. I mean, they're probably going to do off-white to white kind of a thing on these. But very clean book. This is not the cleanest book I got from a lot. Alright, let's call these cream. They actually looked a little lighter to me. Maybe I was just so enamored with the rest of it. I'm really, really hoping that this is all authentic and this is not some kind of reproduction cover, because I'm going to be really devastated if that's the case. I didn't know. I had to take a gamble on this. Now, if worst case scenario, this book is like a complete flop and I get like a 1 on this or a 0.5 on this, I'm not going to be happy about it. But it was a gamble. I had to take a gamble. I really did. It's a really sharp book. Now I'm hoping, like, this is the thing, I don't have anybody out there that has a copy of this nearby me so I could sit and compare it to. I don't. So that's really, and I hope there's no restoration done on this, which will bother me even more. Because I could see a little bit of pink going through the front cover. But if it comes back at a 5 or a 6 restored, it won't be the end of the world for me. I just hope that it's completely authentic, completely original as far as the pages and the cover is concerned, and if a little bit of restoration will not devastate me. Maybe, you know what I'll do? I'll break down what the individual comic costs were at the end after I go through everything, because this is still kind of swimming in my head right now as far as what I got. The thing I hate about these Mylars is they bend, and they're so, like, you could mess up your comic by sliding it in and out of these Mylars. They're beautiful, they present well, but you gotta be super careful how to put these things in and out. You could really mess yourself up. Really mess them up. So, nice book, really nice book. I think this by far is the most valuable book of the lot. Then I got the next book over here, which is Avengers number 16. Now this by far is the cleanest, sharpest looking book of the lot. This is definitely the most mint book out of this whole lot, by far. But I mean, this is easily a 7. No, 7 to 8 maybe. Again, I'm not a professional grader, but at the same time, this is phenomenal. The colors are sharp. Again, so sharp that it makes me worry about restoration. I can't tell any restoration. Super glossy cover, clean, beautiful book. Beautiful book. Love it. This is a pretty significant book. This is the first time that you have Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and Hawkeye all join the Avengers. And what a lot of people don't know that didn't read this series was that, like, for a time period it was just Captain America, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and Hawkeye on the team, and they're like a weaker version of what the original Avengers were. At least at that point, you know, the Scarlet Witch's skills haven't been fully developed at that point, how powerful she was. And they were like Cap's quirky quartet. It was a really nice run. Really nice run. Love it. And the next book of the lot is Avengers number 6. Now this is a clean book. You got this thing down here, but other than that, really good looking, sharp book. I don't know if this could be taken out or not, and I don't know what it looks. It looks like almost like a pizza stain or something. But this one, I think, has the whitest pages out of everything. I'm not going to open them up again. I'm going to look at them more carefully later. But this is a very nice book. Really nice book. Really sharp, clean book. Higher mid-grade. Beautiful. First appearance of Baron Zemo and the Masters of Evil. First appearance of the bad guy, Black Knight, if that matters. Really good book. Beautiful book. So, from the Avengers, I was able to pick up a lot of early issues. We're talking about number 5, number 6, number 8, number 16. We're talking about 4 pivotal books for me, personally, to finish, get to the point of finishing out that Avengers run I've been trying to hit. So, I'm really happy about that. And we're not done yet. I got more. So next book on the lot is X-Men number 6. Really nice cover. The condition is on the lower grade. It's not as bad as that Fantastic Four I showed you. But the thing is, it's got some ripples. There might have been some water damage at some point or another on it. But a very significant book. Very, very significant book. These X-Men books are so tough lately to be picking up. Notes on this one is you got the third appearance of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, third appearance of Brotherhood of Evil, fourth overall of Magneto, if that makes any difference. And this is the first time they allude to Namor being a mutant. I don't know if that's any significance or not, but if they actually run with Namor being a mutant in the MCU, like they're predicting to, this could make something pretty interesting. The other thing that's really interesting about this cover is he's got red underwear. He always got green underwear. I find that interesting. I love this early run of X-Men. I love the way they made the titles and have a little character in there on the top. Really great book. And then, last but not least, is X-Men number 9. Okay, so this is, again, low grade. This is actually a little bit rougher than this one. Or maybe they're equivalent. Again, there's some kind of water warping that happened on this one. Really nice book as far as colors and everything to pop. It's just the overall, like, almost like waviness and brittleness of the book. Not brittle, but kind of a little crunchy on there. I gotta see what I could do to get this to soften up a little bit. I don't know if I should use some kind of humidifier on it and try to make it a little more supple. I don't know. Anybody that's watching can give me some tips on that. I would appreciate them. I don't want to touch it unless I'm 100% sure I know what I'm doing on this one. Like the Fantastic Four, I'm definitely going to be working on a little bit. I'm more comfortable doing that because it's a much lower grade book. This one is a low grade book, but it could become a much lower grade book if I mess around with it too much. Significance of this one, you got the Avengers and X-Men first time meeting up. Pretty significant. First appearance of a guy called Lucifer. He's some kind of alien from an alien race. Overall, really fun book to have. Really, really nice book. All right, so let me break it down to you guys how much these books cost me. So this book cost me $100. You know, we kind of like started sorting them out. $100. This one cost me $100. This one right here cost me another $100. So we're at $200. Avengers 5 cost me $50. We're at $250. Avengers 6 cost me $150. Keeping up, people? So we're at $400. Avengers 8. I was actually looking for Avengers 9. He didn't have one. This one cost me $500. This was the most expensive book out of the lot. So we're at $900. And then this really, really sharp, clean copy of Avengers 16 cost me another $100. No, I'm sorry, $150. $150 this one cost me. So we're at $1,050. And then this one evened it out at $1,100 with another $50. So overall, these all cost me $1,100. Retail, I know they're going for a lot more. eBay, they go a little bit crazy on there. You don't know what you're going to get at any point. Plus all the fees that are on there. LCS depends on the LCS that you go to, how much inventory they push. I think I did all right with these. I think I did really, really well with these. I don't normally do these type of high-priced purchases, but this guy has a lot of stuff, and I know every week he's putting more and more stuff on eBay. And I just wanted to give myself an opportunity to be able to pick up a couple of them without having to get into these major bidding wars with him. Like I said, he was a really nice guy, worked with me. I'll probably end up getting more books from him down the line. I just want to check these books before I start buying more books from him. I'm going to take a little bit of pause, though, at this moment, because it's getting ridiculous. I'm buying a lot of crazy stuff right now. But, if I get a good opportunity, I'm going to take it. So, what do you guys think? Did I do okay? I'd love some feedback on the Staples situation with this. Know what's going on with that. I'd love to know if you have these same books, any of these same books, or any of these books that you're going out and buying, let me know. Hopefully you enjoyed my process in purchasing this. Hopefully you understood the value of bundling, because honestly, if I didn't go and purchase all these in the same shot, there was no way I was going to be able to get them at this price. They were all going to be priced out at much different prices. And he did start out at much higher prices individually on all of them. But I wasn't sure. I don't think he was sure if I was going to be purchasing multiple books. You always get better deals, or I would say most of the time you get better deals if you buy a bunch of stuff together. And cash is king. Cash is king. Trust me. Cash talks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 comics. 7 comics. How did I do? Think I did good? Leave a comment down below. Until next time, you keep collecting, and I'll keep recollecting. Thanks for watching. I'm going to turn this over.